What's up, guys? This is Acidic Roots. It's Donkey Kong Country time, and we're gonna head into one of the hardest stages in the game, which is Snow Barrel Blast. So it doesn't appear that way right now, but these barrels added with the snow is a lethal combination. So get the one up, bop a few enemies, and thing is, I mean, the music kind of gets intense later on when you actually hear this. I mean, that's the thing about it. And I think actually that this was composed. That's the thing. Most video games, they don't have like a composition. It's just, at least up to this point, they didn't. But you're gonna notice it gets dramatic later on. If you do opt to take the harder path on the stage, it really complements the difficulty. So yeah, these bees are going to be the main reason why this is going to be tricky. They're all over the place. Now, obviously, if it came down to it, I think I probably would be able to do it, but you're going to see the quicker path, just because when I did this 2 years ago, I was basically cussing out the game behind the scenes. You don't hear it because it's in post-commentary. That's one of the reasons why I didn't do live commentary, is because I do get temperamental when I play some of these games. So it's like, yeah, you know, it's not worth it. So I know I can beat Donkey Kong Country, it's been done in the past, but you know, I want to kind of be on cruise control for this. So but yeah, this is where the snow starts to set in. You're gonna see something here. It's pretty, you know, it definitely is. It looks like they're still kind of in the forest world from the previous world. So this whole island is Donkey Kong's. The thing there. But I used to have the instruction booklet for this game, which was always, you know, back in 1995, the instruction booklet was all you got for storyline. There was no internet, no Wikipedia, and you just basically had to read that if you wanted to know the backdrop and stuff, and that was kind of the thing. I don't know. Of course, with me changing houses, I don't really know what happened to it, but that was the thing. I guess I could share the story for a while. Yeah. So this is kind of an awkward stage, and the enemies are all over the place, and the slipping is a detriment, and then you have these ropes on top of that, so it's not as tough as you think. It's just a matter of you just have to pay attention to what you're doing. This, you know, if you're too sloppy, it's simpler to take damage. So, but I think simpler is a word. I don't know. There's so many words like funner and that sort of stuff. You think are words, but are really not. So, more fun. Huh. That's really the thing. But so. Yeah, I'm letting Diddy have some action because I know most folks just go through the game with one character, so might as well show him off. Really, the only difference to Diddy is he's smaller in the cartwheel, but still, I mean, it's a fun character. I mean, Diddy was kind of cool. I mean, that was the thing. He wasn't useless like Donkey Kong Jr. from those games. I figured he would have been in the game, but they just kind of omitted him. Which he's just the monkey with the J on his shirt for Junior, which is, you know, Donkey Kong's kid and that sort of thing. But I think I like Diddy better anyways. So just an extra thing. So there's bonuses up there, and yeah, I find myself trying to get the bananas as much as possible. Because when you save and quit, you lose all your lives. So if you have like 32 lives by the time you save and decide to do something else, you're going to have to get those back. And that includes the golden little statue things that you get. So it's kind of the thing is, you know, to keep getting bananas, especially those banana bunches. That's the main thing that I was doing, but so easy to get 100 bananas, really. You should normally have at least 6 or so lives, so 6 tries right there. But I was kind of watching what I did, because if I were to get game over here, you do have to complete 5 stages in order to get to the save point. So they knew that was tactics right there. So here's the next of the Ice World stages, which is actually the last one. But the snow isn't present, so I mean this stage kind of pissed me off, but it was more kind of clumsiness more so than just it being hard. That's the thing, is, you know, there's stages that you know you can beat, but you don't, because, you know, just sloppiness and that sort of thing. So, and I'm not going to get the ostrich just because. I don't know if it actually would have made it easier, but it just didn't seem accurate to do it. I mean, you'd float right past these parts, but man, maybe that was kind of the reason why. I don't know. Probably seemed like I should have jumped on that enemy, but Alright, so we've got a world on our hands here. I keep thinking we're halfway done, but we're not. So, where I'm from, Missouri, it didn't really snow that much in the winter of 2017. So it's been getting kind of warmer. Some folks say it's because of global warming, but I think it's probably been a handful of years before we really saw like snow where it looks something like this. And I mean, the thing is, you know, when I say I want snow, I kind of am torn thinking that I do, because I partially do, but then I partially don't, because I only you know, because of course I do have to bundle up, and that's not something I really want to do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. It's so easy to get cold. You know, your ears and hands get cold and all that, but then at the same time, I do kind of still want it. You know, that's the thing. It's like I want it, but probably just for like 2 weeks or something. You know, 2 weeks of snow, not 3 full months, cold every single day, and you know. But then, you know, this summer of 2017 has been, I mean, from what I recall of it, it was hot, you know, to where you didn't even want to go outside. I mean, that's the thing. It's not just the sun that's hot, it's the air, and when that happens, it makes it even more sweaty. That's what Missouri does. So of course that's pretty. It's not a good feeling. You know, you could say it's temperate, or there's a word for it, like humidity and that sort of stuff, but it just feels like it's, you know, I'm losing my train of thought here. So this is another water stage, and this one is fairly simple. I do think I die here, but this one's simpler than Poison Pond, and I think if I can beat that stage, you're going to be seeing the end of this by the middle of September, so that'll basically be the thing. I figured since I started it at the end of August, I'd probably be able to beat it pretty soon. But with the Acids Awards going on, I'm paying attention to that, and plus helping out with Frenchie's channel, so it's extra stuff. Yeah, we're being chased by an octopus, so that's pretty creative. I mean, that's the thing. The game was pretty creative and stuff. I think, yeah, it sold, several million copies, so that was the thing. I mean, as much as I like Sega, the main thing about it is when Sega said that they needed something like Mario to combat Nintendo, I also feel like they probably needed something like Zelda and stuff, these sorts of games, which this was awkward trying to figure it out. I mean, I like Sega, I want to mess with them more, but so many ways, I feel like the main reason folks were saying Sega was better was just because of like the blood and Mortal Kombat and stuff. This violence and bad language and that sort of stuff, and mature rated games. But I don't know, I mean, this game stands out, and it's just as much as Sonic combats Mario, you'd almost think, well, what combats Donkey Kong? So it's extra, but that's the thing. I mean, Sega was pretty slick. That's the whole thing. I'm addicted. I definitely want to make more Sega videos. I mean, I know them. I've known them for a while, but I just want to know more games. Like, I tried watching Toe Jam and Earl, which was said to be one of their better games, but I just couldn't get into it. I tried and tried and tried. I tried watching Echo the Dolphin also, which was another one, but somehow it just, didn't break even with me. So it's just like Sony, folks say PlayStation 4 is the best video game machine, but I don't know. I mean, I pretty much like the original Nintendo more than I like the PS3, so I mean, Blu-ray player is nice, but I mean, you got games like Contra and those sorts of games, you can't stack up to that. So now I might say that the Super Nintendo is starting to lose its luster with me, but not the original Nintendo. And Nintendo 64 is kind of, I mean, it has a couple good games, but it 3D just hasn't aged that well. So, but from a general standpoint, someone who has a regular job, who probably works at Quiznos or as a mailman or something like that, most of these folks are probably going to say the PS3 is the best machine, followed by the PS4, and some folks might just say the PS4 is already, but I mean, it's just getting tough to be able to say that. I don't know what these essential games are anymore. I'm so out of the loop. That's the thing, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I like vlogs so much on YouTube, it doesn't make too much of a difference about that. Now this is where I screw up, because these muscle heads fuck with Diddy, and that costs me. So I guess I thought I died there, but I had him. So I tried to avoid looking back. This stage is notorious for causing epilepsy, or at least trying to say it does, because if you go back and forth, the parrot flashes its lights. I guess I did this part, but at least the stage I didn't. So yeah, that's the thing. So for folks who do have eye problems, that this might be a danger, the drill. Skip this stage, but loses. Alright, so yep, first thing I do is save. I was like, fuck that shit. You know, I'm going to take care of that and get that done. So yeah, that's my other file. I think that was my other file and stuff, was the one from 2 years ago, something like that. I think I've actually tried beating this game 3 times in the past 3 years. So I don't know what happened to that one, but yeah, so this stage pissed me off, but I just plain said, you know, I'm not getting the frog, even though it'd probably take out the bees. You know, I figured, you know, I might have said this last time, I could have sworn I said this, but the animal buddies, you know, they kind of put them in stages that make it actually harder to operate with them than they do without. So it kind of defeats the purpose of it. So, like, I don't know how you bounce the frog across those tires when he already bounces. It just feels kind of awkward to do that. So, but it's kind of funny that they put one of these treetop stages in here. It's pretty, you know, the sky blue I said last time with the green, but, you know. This is the last stage, and then we fight the boss, who you'll see, and yeah, that was a burp. Kudos to my burping videos. You caught one in a video game walkthrough. I actually don't have a soda near me, so I can't keep doing them, but yeah. So I've got plans, you know, I'm getting ready to upload some Halo 3 videos. Between the Acids Awards and that sort of stuff, some of these are going to be on Frenchie's channel, some of them are going to be on mine, and hopefully I mean, some of these videos are from like 10 years ago, or not 10, but 8, 9 years ago, something like that, so I'm hoping that they're still funny, and we're going to have some fun with that. But yeah, you don't need the barrel. That's the thing, you don't need the barrel, it's just screwing around. But so alright, and then after this we have the illustrious part 5, which is the kind of industrial world. So that's a laugh and a half right there, is that world, but really the boss is not that much to pay attention to, but I mean, it's just, you know, the certain stages. So yeah, but Rareware is the shit. You know, they're definitely a slick developer. I mean, it's too bad that they have lost almost all of their luster, because, you know, 20 years ago they were badass. And, you know, with GoldenEye, that was actually a better game that was the Halo before Halo came out. I mean, obviously, without 2 joysticks, playing a first-person shooter is awkward, but you know, we didn't know that back in the 90s, and so I think actually that game just turned 20 years old, but, you know, that was the king of those sorts of games up until Halo or so, and then, you know, by the time Halo 2 came out, it was like, forget it. So I don't know why that noise keeps popping up. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but yeah, it was Rareware that did GoldenEye, between the movie, the James Bond movie being a pretty decent James Bond movie, and then, you know, folks liking those sorts of games. I mean, that was pretty sick, but, you know, personally, I can't stand GoldenEye. I mean, I tried doing a Let's Play of that a couple years ago, and the stage where you have to protect Natalia, that is, I hate that stage. It's one of the worst stages that you could possibly do at this point. I mean, the problem with it is that she just dies so simply. I mean, you make it, you have literally 2 stages after that, and you can't beat it because she gets killed 5 bullets or something. I mean, I think any game where you have to protect someone, like a woman or some escort stage, you basically have to give them a health meter. So when you don't do that, it's kind of unbalanced. So I said, fuck that game. But, you know, that was Rareware. That was one of their shining gems. The Diddy kind of screws up here. I noticed that I beat all the bosses with Donkey Kong, but... Alright, next is the Industrial World, which will probably come out a little bit after the Acids Awards, and we should have this wrapped up by the 20th or so September. So, alright, subscribe for more fun.